Whatever, y'all. I want to tell you about what it took for me to get this video. I have not done a video in forever. Okay? But I'm inspired. I need to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The reunion, part one of three, on tonight. I got to. So, first off, let's talk about Nene and her tragic hairline. And I'm not just talking about tonight, I am talking about off season, girl. Why? But you rich though. Like you better than everybody. Or that's the assumption that I, tend to get or grab from you whenever I hear you talk about your life and how much, you're on a better level than everybody else. Your hair shouldn't look like that. That's all I have to say. So, Nene, get it together. I don't know why you. That's the one thing I had something on my mind. Somebody please. I had to, please tell me what's going on. I gave y'all a quick Tina Turner moment. Not on key or anything like that. So no hate. Thank you. Moving on. Kenya came, ready to give you full whatever Kenya has to offer, gimmicks, antics. She brought it all. She had a bag full of it, literally. She's something wrong. Something is definitely upsettingly wrong with Kenya Moore, or as Phaedra likes to call it, Kenya Moore whore. So many nicknames. But there's something wrong with her. Like, there's no way in hell that she thinks that it's okay for her to wave certain things in people's faces. Speaking of megaphone, girl, she brought. You would have thought that there was some high school kids up on stage the way she was acting. I was totally like displeased and mad at Andy for being surprised when shit popped off. But we'll get to that in a second here. I don't get the antics that Kenya brings, and then she gets mad or she wants to call people, not classy or not being able to handle themselves, but that's the way she sits up on the stage. I know she was like that when, was it last season, when she jumped, it was Nene's fucking shoe party, and she came in there with the freaking Phaedra, Antigua, where did they go? I probably said it wrong. I don't go to fancy places, I don't need to know them names. I ain't gonna never go, so. But anyways, when she came in there with the butt pads and the cover up with the thong, I knew something was wrong with Kenya then. Okay, like nobody with stability does things like Kenya does them. So I'm just gonna keep adding Kenya to my prayers tonight and hope that something clicks one day for her. It's just I don't know. Anyways, and they was rolling on her ass. Like they kept asking the questions about Prince Invisible and he's African, and Nene brought up a story about how she met him but she didn't really meet him, and then he was like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's hard to believe Kenya about this African prince, Casper, the friendly boyfriend, Phaedra. But because the whole thing with Walter last season, Walter said that he wasn't really her boyfriend. So it's hard to believe Kenya at this point. And I think Kenya just works on trying to have a storyline and trying to be the most dramatic person there. So it's hard to believe anything that comes out of her mouth. She's fucking nuts, to say the least. So it is what it is. But we're gonna keep it moving. They was joking on her for her boyfriend. Nobody knows who she is. She living in a cheaper house with a Bentley outside. Nobody knows. She rented that shit, girl. She rented her boyfriend too. So it is, let's keep the theme going. It is what it is with Kenya. Like I can't tell her nothing. Like I don't know what to tell her. But I just know she learned today. She sure did. What else is there to discuss? Because I'm rambling right now. And I have no, chronological. Sorry. What else did I want to talk about? Nene, they were talking about Candy because Candy's always late, and about how I guess Nene said something about her weight, and Candy basically said, "Well, okay, bitch. I don't think you should be talking about anybody's weight." In real life, like Nene, no. I think I said that on the episode. I think it was when they went to the little winery or whatever. Like, bitch, you can't do that. You can't talk about anybody's weight looking how you looking on the days that you look like you look. You can't. Do you understand that, Kenya? I mean, I said Kenya. Freaking. I'm sorry, checking text messages. That's why I'm thrown off. And I'm still looking at my Twitter because it's just funny. There's a few people getting dragged on Twitter right now. Mainly Kenya, mainly Nene, and it's these people are cracking me up. So sorry if I keep looking down. But Nene, there's no way. And she took it so personally. She was like, "Well, I didn't take it to shade or whatever." She just thinks she's so unshadable and and I don't know why I want to keep because I think Kenya and Nene are like the worst right now. So I keep getting them confused. So my bad. But first of all, this is I can't even talk because Nene's hair confuses me. So I always when I think about her, I think about that lace front and it's traumatizing. But I'm glad that Candy said something. Candy does usually say something. She don't really want to be a part of the drama, but I'm glad she said something about Nene's comments towards her weight because Nene has no business talking about nobody and they weight. Moving on. All right. I wish I could say something about Cynthia. Cynthia was totally mute this whole episode. Maybe she's waiting for Pauline or whatever, her husband Peter, Uncle Ben, to come back to the forefront and hold his peach out and give his words. Maybe that's what she's waiting on. But she didn't say too much of nothing. And she is so much better than me, let me tell you, because when Kenya started with her antics with the little scepter or the wand, whatever, I can't spell it, so she could have called me stupid too right along before because I didn't even know what the hell it was. But I called it a wand, but it's a scepter, whatever. And Cynthia was better than me, like I said, because she pointing stuff over because the lineup is freaking Kenya, Cynthia, and then Portia. And Portia and Kenya is going at it, and Cynthia is sitting in the middle. Excuse me. So she's going through it with her, and Cynthia just sitting here in the middle. And Cynthia didn't even move. Portia grabbed the freaking line from her, and she just still sitting there. I was saying, "Look now, we gotta switch sides. We gotta do something because this shit ain't about to go down like this. We can fix it. We can do something, but ain't nothing." Because I already known that there was something. If I was Cynthia, something would have told me something's gonna go down. I don't need to be in any parts of this shit. Something needs to give, and somebody needs to move seats. And then Kenya brought out the megaphone, and there's no way. Listen, there's no way. There's no way he gonna do that to me. I'm sorry. Something I might not necessarily put hands on you, but you will not yell at me via a fucking megaphone. All right. So I don't condone violence. Everybody wants to say that shit, but listen, you get provoked enough, hands get thrown, and that's that. Sometimes people need that reassurance in their life of getting their ass whooped. But, you know, that it came down to that. It looked like it was a big grand finale of the show, but in real life, Portia got sick of her shit. Portia was doing a lot of fucking this too, but I feel like she should. And when they did the recap of Portia from the beginning, pretty much getting like talked about from Kenya this entire time, like what do you do? Like she really did Kenya. Every time I feel like Kenya was in Portia's space, she was being disrespectful, and I guess there's only so much somebody can take before they're about to wring your neck, and that's it. That's no more talking at this point. I don't feel like throwing no more shade your way. Now We need to dispute this some kind of way so you know that I'm fucking serious. And that's what the janitor was off for the night. Bravo called him and said, "It's all good. Hang out with your family. You know what I'm saying? Do you? We don't need you tonight because Portia cleaned up shop. So handle business. Um, we'll see you tomorrow." Because this is exactly what happened. Portia got up, honey, and she was just like she was fucking over. She grabbed her, and it was a pretty good distance, like 5, 6 feet worth of draggage. And I was just like so proud of her. I felt like I don't know if this is gonna cost her job though. So I was, in a way, I was like, no, Portia, no. So we shall see, baby girl. But and then Kenya eventually ended up calling the cops, pressing charges, and Portia was beat when she freaking went to go get her mugshot taken. So it is, god dang, I don't know. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to part two and part three. I think the house husbands with their little peaches are gonna come up and have a say. So they're gonna get all up in Apollo's business. Just like Andy was being messy as fuck. The first thing he come out of his mouth was talking about Apollo. But I guess we're gonna get there still because they matter. And we're gonna get into Portia and well, not Portia, but Nene and Cynthia's beef that they have. I don't know. But anyways, to tie it all in, Nene's hair still looks busted. Cynthia still don't talk for herself. She gotta have somebody on her side. Candy, I didn't talk too much about Candy, but Candy looks good in comparison to Nene, so Nene shouldn't be talking. Phaedra looked like a 1950s prom queen, and Kenya was beat. However, she was being extra, and she got beat towards the end of the segment. And that's all I have. So, keep a gangster. Good evening.